Are you ready?
Greatest ever. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Hero, and well, it's our summer series, which continues, especially after the very controversial episode last week with Scotty Too Howdy, who deemed that the Rockers were the greatest tag team ever.
How could you let Scotty make that call? He's not on the payroll.
I don't know. Why didn't you challenge him when he was sitting here?
I did.
You wait till he's gone. You
coward.
coward.
Contest.
Just like when Abyss was in here and he attacked me, damn near paralyzed me.
He wasn't attacking me.
And you went and you ran like a little girl.
No, I walked away.
You bullied Linda last Friday on Feedback Friday.
Did I?
Framing you framed yourself as a pretty unique individual.
I am unique.
No, I don't think it's a good thing.
What?
You bully women.
No, I don't. That's not true.
You run. Nah. You fight. You fight instead of fight.
I pick and choose my spots. It's all about being a good multitasker.
You know, folks, though, for years, the debate has rolled on in several categories as to who is the greatest ever. And it's never easy, but this week we're going to discuss a new category, which is the greatest referee ever. Now, referees are also known as the third man. They play an almost as important role in a wrestling match as the wrestlers themselves. They are there to maintain order and to make the final 3 count in the match. But they're also there to ensure that the match flows as planned and as scheduled. The referee is also the main communicator in the ring, relaying messages between the talents and from the production teams. Now, there's a long list of referees who qualify for the greatest ever, including Mark Curtis, Jimmy Corderas, Charles Robinson, Jack Doan, Chad Patton, Joey Marella, Mike Chioda, Teddy Long, and many, many more. But even with this impressive list, it does boil down to the top 4. And it's a difficult list to come up with, but here are the finalists, folks. Tommy Young, Earl Hebner, Dangerous Danny Davis, and Nick Patrick. So let's count down to the greatest referee ever by process of elimination.
This is going to be tough. This will be tough.
Earl Hebner, Tommy Young, Danny Davis, and Nick Patrick. You got NWA, you got WCW, you got
NWO,
yeah.
WWF.
If you want to throw Dave Hebner into the mix, you can as well.
No, he was only a referee once.
Well, that we were told.
Right.
Could have pulled the old Twin Magic.
Boy. Nick Patrick was a great referee.
Really? What made him great?
His father was the assassin, one of the master assassins. He understood the wrestling business. He understood how to tell a story. He understood where the guys had to be. He did a great job. And then he got involved in the NWO, became the NWO referee, their guy.
Mm-hmm. Which was great, by the way.
It was great, and that's what they needed at the time. They needed a good heel referee, and they got one. Then you have Tommy Young, who was just the main event referee for the NWA.
He was the referee.
You'd always see him in the ring for the big title matches, for Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Terry Funk. Tommy Young was the guy. Earl Hebner,
he screwed Brett.
He's the man.
Yeah, he did it.
He'll tell you, too. He's proud of it.
Well, now that it makes him $10 a pop on those T-shirts.
Yeah. Earl Hebner, by default, he almost has to be number 1 just because of his career. Then you have Dangerous Danny Davis, who really changed everything about referees for a while.
Yeah.
With the Hart Foundation. Mm-hmm. Just screwing over the baby
What was the match?
I know. It was so many guys he screwed over.
There was one match, though, which solidified it, and he actually turned. And it had to involve the Harts.
It was the Hart Foundation probably against the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
it had to have been. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, about these 4. Nick Patrick, Danny Davis, involved in stories. They became characters, not just referees.
But they were wrestlers also. They could be if needed be.
Mm-hmm. Earl Hebner, never really involved in a story, if you will. But you always remember when Earl would fight back?
Yeah, or with the Divas or the Knockouts. You get very hands-on with them.
Tommy Young was just class. He's probably the most respected official in the history of wrestling.
It was a different era.
Absolutely.
It was before wrestling became reality television. Mm-hmm. I think Nick Patrick's the first one to go.
Because he was in WCW?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, not really. He was great, but he was overshadowed by the NWO in the end.
Yeah.
You know, so you couldn't really tell
old.
how good he was.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll write him off there.
Leaving Tommy Young, Earl Hebner, and Dangerous Danny Davis.
I mean,
now Hebner, we're talking about never being involved in the story. He was one of the key components of the setup for WrestleMania 4.
Right, Hogan Andre.
The matchup on Saturday night's main event,
it was the main event.
The main event. It was the main event.
It was the main.
Where him and his twin brother Dave, they had the two referees. Hogan lost the title, so Andre sold it to DiBiase, and then we had the tournament at WrestleMania 4.
Gosh, Earl Hebner has to go to the next round.
It seems like
just because he's been for me, being a WWE fan bias, I would have my final two would be Danny Davis and Earl Hebner.
Okay, fair enough.
Just because as good as Tommy Young was, he was dependable, but there wasn't that extra about him. He did a great job. He made sure the matches went the right way, they could communicate properly.
But Tommy Young added to the match.
Of course he did.
I don't know if any of these other referees, Earl Hebner did it.
Earl Hebner did.
Added
Danny Davis
to the match
definitely
as just straight referees. Not in any gimmick or anything like that, but just as straight referees. I feel Tommy Young actually contributed to the overall presentation of the matchup.
I've been able to spend a lot of time with Earl Hebner the last couple of years in TNA.
And Baby Hebner.
And Baby Hebner, who's part of the competition continues. Brian Hebner.
That you guys are going to
that you're failing miserably at.
No, I'm picking my spots.
And it's just amazing the knowledge Earl Hebner has.
Mm-hmm.
Just how he understands everything there is to put together a match where the referee should be, needs to be.
It's not easy. Positioning and placement is key.
It really is.
Are the referees really are they not the fly on the wall, if you will?
They're the agent. If something goes wrong, it's up to them to say, hey, we need to fix this. I mean, they got that little headpiece or the earpiece, and the back is telling them, hey, take it home, fix this, do that, whatever. He's got to relay that message.
Or he's got to ring the bell on Bret Hart and the sharpshooter.
Well, you know what? But that's Bret's fault. And that's for a different show. But
on a week where he's on WWE programming.
I have to say Earl Hebner.
Greatest, or is he gone?
No, he's the greatest referee of all time. He has to be. Look at all the main event big money matches he's been a part of. Hogan Andre, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, Rockstar Spud and whoever. I mean, he's been up and down the ladder. He's been up and down the road with everybody. He's worked with everybody.
It's a tough one.
No, it's not. He's the guy.
I think
no one
Tommy
else
Young
has
is
a career.
Very, very close second.
No one else has a career.
You're not as familiar with Tommy Young's career. We are not as familiar as Tommy Young's career
Earl
as we are with Earl
Hebner is
Hebner's.
like 30 plus years, maybe 40 plus years.
Tommy Young was in the business for over 30 years as well.
Right, but he didn't.
And he came up through the territories. He came up working.
So did Earl Hebner.
Became a referee.
So did Earl Hebner. I don't know. I'm going to say Earl Hebner. You can say Tommy Young, of course, because you're that guy that wants to disagree with
that guy?
You're that guy.
I'm this guy.
You speak for them.
Who's them?
Those people.
They?
Yeah, they. Those people.
I'm sorry. One more time, Mr. Perot. Who?
No, you speak for those people. I speak the spoken word. Earl Hebner is the greatest referee of all time. You can appease all of them and say Tommy Young. Half of them don't know who Tommy Young is.
So how am I appeasing them if they don't even know who he is?
Because they want to disagree with me.
Why are you so sensitive all of a sudden?
I'm not
Is it because
sensitive.
you were suspended, practically fired for weeks? Is it because you're now never doing that sham of a show called the David Hero Show?
I don't understand why you paid for it. You got a great return on your investment.
Reason number two that you're never doing it again.
Did you see the number of views it got?
Did you see the production budget for that show?
It was ridiculous, but it looked really good. Next time we're going to get Linda Kay some shoes. But Linda Kay's feet was trending.
Where?
On Twitter.
Oh.
Late night, of course.
Earl Hebner, Tommy Young, folks. Let's take it to Twitter, at PWR Show on Twitter. Who do you think is the greatest referee ever? We'll share your opinions, or you can share your opinions with us at PWR Show. Also individually, our real names on Twitter, at Damian Nelson and at David Hero.
2 hours.
So Friday, we'll be back with you with a brand new edition of Feedback Friday, we think. And I'm leaving for Vegas this afternoon.
Are you?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely. I'm going to be sitting at the pool at Caesars for a good 2 days straight. Just chilling.
Working on your tan?
Yes. What else would I be doing?
I don't know. I think you might get a Cabana Boy or something out there.
This is not Man TV. And no, I will be chilling and working on my
swim?
tan. Yes, I swim.
I don't know. I've never seen you swim before. Why'd you be at the pool if you're not going to swim?
For that one.
This one.
This is Damian Nelson saying so long, everyone. We'll see you again on our next broadcast, which you can also view at pwrshow.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks.